Welcome to Wheels on Reels, episode 5. Today we have Transformers 2 Revenge of the Fallen. Bit of a shorter list today. We're only going to go through 6 vehicles, and we'll get right into it with number 6, which is the custom made kind of weird ice cream truck thing that one of the Autobots is in the beginning of the film. It's one of the two twins. It's this kind of pink looking old rustic truck. I just think it's cool, and as I've alluded to in prior movies, I think the coolest cars are the ones where you can win cars and coffee with. So this gets the number 6 slot on the list. It's the first car in the film to kind of pique my interest. So not much more to say about this one. Certainly something that would draw a lot of attention and would make me stop and look if I were to see it at a Cars and Coffee. In the number 5 slot, we have the 2008 R8 V8 that's featured in the very beginning of the film as a Decepticon in kind of the first fight scene. You see just kind of a chase scene with it where it is parked in a field and then tries to run away from the Autobots to no avail. The R8, as I've talked about in the Iron Man films, is kind of Audi's resurgence. It was the classic case study of what it means to make a Halo car and have it actually impact the rest of the brand. Did a much better job of it than Honda and Acura did with the NSX revival in the mid-2010s. Just, a classic example of what a Halo car can be. Only reason this one's so on this list is because it's a V8 R8, and honestly, some of the cars higher up I think just would be more fun to tool around in. So with that, I'll keep moving up the list. At number 4, we have the Ducati motorcycle. I know this is mostly a cars channel, but I felt that the Ducati deserved its mention on this list. I've never driven or ridden even a dirt bike, let alone a motorcycle, but I do kind of understand the sense of freedom that goes alongside with riding one. I wish I could. Not that I don't necessarily trust myself, but I definitely don't trust the other drivers out there, so I probably won't ever get the chance to drive one, other than on a closed course someday maybe. I do think it would be a thrill ride for sure, and it's hard to argue with the provenance of Ducati, so that earns it the number 4 slot on the list. At number 3, we have the Chevy Spark, funny enough. This ends up being the second car that the twins are in the film, and after watching Cletus McFarland and his crew whip the Chevy Spark and do the Hard Park the Spark challenge, I think there's even more merit for the phrase, it's more fun to drive a slow car fast than a fast car slow. And I could see myself just flooring it in one of these everywhere, just absolutely hooning around, tearing it up from light to light, and never going fast enough to actually get in any real trouble. So I think having a fun car to just play with and enjoy would be awesome. So it is a kind of a daily, not necessarily the most fun car, but we'll pin it at number 3 on the list from this film. At number 2, we have the 2010 Camaro concept, kind of a facelift from the first Transformers movie where Bumblebee was the rebranded Camaro concept from back in 2007. The 2010 version is just kind of a facelift, same powertrain, same color scheme, just a little bit newer front end. Still awesome car, still the Camaro that I grew up admiring when I was in high school, so it always holds a special place in my heart. But there's one car that is the clear winner for me for this film. It's one that I've been lucky enough to see 3 times. First at the GM Heritage Center, second at the GM Employee Car Show, and then third at the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And that is Sideswipe, which is the 2009 Chevrolet Stingray concept. So this came out in 2009, right after the 2008 recession, and the world honestly just wasn't ready for a new Corvette chassis at the time. Nowhere was GM able to fund it, so this concept came out, but GM continued to produce the C6 for 4 more years before they finally released the C7 in 2013 as a 2014 model year. The design of this car has just always stood out to me, always struck me as kind of the peak of design. Back when Ed Welburn was running the GM design team, and the body lines of the car are like nothing else I've ever seen and nothing else I've seen since. I mean, you could put this concept out today and people would still be flabbergasted by it. You can see in kind of the myriad of photos that I'm flashing on the screen now that I've taken in the couple times that I've seen the car, there's not a single bad angle on the car. I mean, the body lines are just so extreme. It really meets the definition of a showstopper and a concept car. And if you were to put this car out today with a proper powertrain, I think you could sell it for $1 million. I mean, I think it looks that good. Even today, don't change a single thing. I would buy one. I would build one. I would try to find a way to make my Corvette mold into one if I could. I just absolutely love this design. Ever since I saw it when I was 15 when the movie came out, to seeing it in real life when I was 21 the first time, it was a memorable experience for me, in one of those cars where I feel like I met my hero. So thankful to GM for the opportunity to see it while I worked for them, and thankful to have seen it a couple times since then as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this list. Just to run back through it, I know it was a short one. At number 6, we have the weird ice cream truck thing from the beginning of the film. At number 5, we have the 08 R8. At number 4, we have the Ducati. At number 3, we have the Chevy Spark. At number 2, we have the Camaro Concept. And the winner for this movie, the one I would take in my garage all day, every day, is the 2009 Chevrolet Stingray Concept. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed Wheels on Reels episode 5. And we'll be back next time with Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon. Cheers.